Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, Man United.
Manchester United's misery deepens after a 3-1 defeat to Brentford. Matthias Cunha slams the team's horrible dressing room mood. Bruno Fernandes misses a crucial penalty, and Rio Ferdinand steps in to defend Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw after Roy Keane's harsh criticism. Matthias Cunha has delivered a scathing verdict on Manchester United's display against Brentford. Strikes from Igor Thiago, X2, and substitute Matthias Jensen secured triumph for the Bees in the Premier League on Saturday, with Benjamin Sesko's maiden goal for United serving as nothing more than a consolation to the final outcome. Ruben Amorim's side found themselves trailing by 2 goals at the G-Tech Community Stadium within 20 minutes as Thiago wreaked havoc. Sesko dragged United back into contention just before half-time from close quarters at the third attempt. Bruno Fernandes was presented with the opportunity to level from the penalty spot midway through the second period when Nathan Collins brought down Brian Mbeumo, but his feeble attempt was kept out by Kyle Kelleher. Brentford stood firm for the remaining minutes and clinched a third during added time when Jensen unleashed a brilliant strike that rocketed past Altay Bayindir. A third loss from 6 league fixtures leaves United languishing in the bottom half of the standings, with last weekend's triumph over Chelsea providing only modest respite for Amorim. The setback against Brentford has prompted fresh scrutiny, but when the Portuguese boss was confronted with such queries, he delivered a straightforward reply. "I am never concerned about my job. I'm not that kind of guy," he told BBC's Match of the Day. "It is not my decision. I will do the best I can every minute I am here." Cunha also delivered a brutally honest post-match assessment, laying bare the atmosphere within the United dressing room. "The mood is horrible," he told TNT Sport. "Honestly, horrible. I always say the same. We know how important it is to play for a club like this one, and we go for every game to win. For it not to end like that, it is a horrible feeling. Everyone wanted to do more. Everyone needs to do more. Of course, we need to go again. That's only the way. Honestly, trying to find excuses I don't think is the way. We know what you need to do. I don't think we did well. They were more fit. They arrived and scored goals. But like I say, that is not an excuse. We know what they propose to play, and they play what they want." Rio Ferdinand has praised both Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw for the way they reacted to criticism from Roy Keane. Following a 3-0 defeat to Manchester City, former United captain Keane pulled no punches when assessing Shaw's performance. He claimed the England centre-back had given up during the contest, which led to a goal, and that he had got away with murder for years at United. Such criticism from Keane after a loss is nothing new, but Shaw chose to address the comments following the victory over Chelsea at Old Trafford a week later. The left-back explained that he agreed with the former captain's feedback and that he did not need Keane to tell him when his performances were not up to scratch. Maguire made his 250th appearance for United against City, and after being celebrated prior to the Chelsea win, the defender insisted that Shaw is an excellent player, as he launched a stern defence of his teammate. And speaking exclusively to Men's Sport ahead of fronting Talking Future's new initiative, Halftime Talks, Ferdinand heaped praise on the pair for how they responded to Keane's comments. He said, "Personally, I think it is great from Harry Maguire because that is the job of a captain/senior player to come in and defend your players if you think that they are being unfairly treated. I also think Luke Shaw coming out and speaking himself is what I like. I like to see players come out and go, you know what, I am not having that, or actually they are right. I was under par for the level that I have set myself. I'm sure he will put in a performance this week, Luke Shaw, that will make you think he is made of the right stuff. I just think that Luke Shaw is a magnificently talented player. He's just been so unfortunate with injuries that he has never been able to maintain his fitness. And it goes back to that word again, consistency. If you can't be consistent with appearances and being available, it is going to be difficult for you to really stamp your authority and really sustain the level of performances that is required for a top club. Antony is already making headlines in Spain. The Brazilian winger inspired Real Betis to a dramatic 2-2 draw against Nottingham Forest in the Europa League, scoring a late equaliser and proving why Betis fans see him as their new hero. Forest striker Igor Jesus bagged a brace on their long-awaited European return, but Antony's decisive strike stole the spotlight. Manchester United, meanwhile, were left with regrets after selling him at a huge loss, something Sir Jim Ratcliffe has openly criticised as part of the club's transfer failures. While Antony shines in La Liga, United continue their rebuild without European football this season. Antony was Real Betis' inspiration as the Spanish side held Nottingham Forest to a 2-2 draw in the Europa League on Wednesday night. Ange Postecoglou's side dominated proceedings in Seville, but were denied victory by Antony's equaliser. Antony left Manchester United in a £21.65 million permanent deal on transfer deadline day, having enjoyed himself on loan in Spain last season. While he flopped following an £82 million transfer from Ajax to United, the Brazilian has already become a hero at Betis Bion. Forest were celebrating a return to European football for the first time in nearly 30 years, but couldn't secure the first win of the Postecoglou era, as the former Tottenham boss made it 4 games at his new club without victory. Forest striker Igor Jesus scored twice, yet it was Antony who had the last laugh. The Betis winger first found Cedric Bakambu, who opened the scoring with a powerful finish into the roof of the net. Jesus equalised with a tap-in before putting Forest 2-1 up with a header from a corner. But Antony popped up at the back post in the 85th minute to equalise before celebrating by pointing to a tattoo on his neck which reads Iluminado, a Portuguese word which translates as illuminated, or the chosen one. Betis fans certainly won't be arguing with him after another crucial performance, which means he has nearly passed his total of goals and assists for United in a fraction of the time with his new club. United owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe cited Antony as the sort of missteps in the transfer market that he wants to eliminate, now Ineos have taken over the club. If you look at the players we are buying this summer that we didn't buy, we're buying Antony, we're buying Casemiro, we're buying Andre Onana, we're buying Rasmus Højlund, we're buying Jadon Sancho, Ratcliffe told the BBC. These are all things from the past, whether we like it or not. We've inherited those things and have to sort that out. Some are not good enough and some probably are overpaid. But for us to mould the squad that we are fully responsible for and accountable for will take time. We've got this period of transformation where we move from the past to the future. United made a huge loss in selling Antony to Betis this summer, and his performances in Spain won't please Ratcliffe if they continue. With United not playing in any European competition this season, having finished 15th in the Premier League last season and lost the Europa League final, the petrochemicals billionaire had to go elsewhere for his football fix on Wednesday. Ratcliffe was spotted in the stands of his other club, Nice, but it wasn't happy viewing for him in the south of France either. Nice were beaten 2-1 by Roma in the Europa League thanks to goals from Evan Ndicka and Gianluca Mancini. United will be back in action this weekend against Brentford, when Ratcliffe will hope they can build on their 2-1 win over Chelsea. He may secretly be hoping that Antony's form for Sevilla stalls, while Onana, Højlund and Sancho will be trying to prove him wrong, while on loan at Trabzonspor, Napoli and Aston Villa respectively.